Mary's Prayer by Danny Wilson. I don't know if that was a hit around the world. It was a big hit here. I think the late 80s, was it? Here I'm in England, in case you didn't know. Hello everyone. How are you? Right, it's working. There's things coming in. There's hearts going up. The mic must be working because people recognise that song. Very nervous. Where are you watching from? Atlanta, Croydon, Delaware, all over the world, Ireland, Canada. What am I drinking? A little bit of Street Dog. All proceeds go to homeless dogs. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing in lockdown. Got some questions. I did get a question from Gunnar, but I didn't understand it. I think he's been on the catnip. So maybe next time. But we've got some really good questions as well. Hello, Gunnar, by the way. That's a shout out. Gunnar gets a special shout out today because of his mad question. Florida, Canada, Colorado, Edmonton, San Diego, Canada. Is this just incredible? All in North America. Thank you for tuning in. And it's morning there, isn't it? Well, West Coast, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. ET, as they say. Okay, let's get to it. This is what we're waiting for. Dan, what do you think is the most pointless creature on the planet? Doesn't contribute anything at all. Literally no point. Mine is either wasps or moths. I think you're wrong there, Dan. You can't get rid of insects, mate. I know wasps can be annoying. I got stung by one the other day, and nothing happened. It really hurt, and I was waiting for it to swell up, and nothing happened. Maybe just a little warning. He thought, I don't want to waste my poison on this fucking idiot. I just moths. You see, yeah, even the things that you think are just useless, they're part of the food chain. They do stuff that you might not know about. Well, the genuine answer, and I'm not trying to be clever and like hippie-ish, right? But the answer is humans. We're the only creature destroying the planet for our own means. And you think of all the achievements, it's all for us. There's nothing, we haven't done anything for nature, it's all for us. I'll tell you why, this is why, right? I've said this before, but in terms of land animals, just land animals alone, we make up, in mass, about 30%. 4% are wild animals. 4%, right? We've destroyed 10,000 species, right, in the last year or so. Okay, we just destroy species, right? Through deforestation, climate change, whatever. Right? So 30% us, 4% wild animals. The other 66% are farm animals that we keep to feed us. And when I say us, I mean mainly the West, because so we eat or torture about 2 billion farm animals a day, and we kill about 3 billion sea creatures, some of which we grind up to feed to the cows. We have to take down forests, we take so much water. Third world countries, we buy grain from them cheap because they want currency. They can't even feed some of their own population, and we feed that to cows. So we are the most pointless creature on the planet. That's just giving me a low battery warning, my phone. What if we just die halfway through? I can't believe it. Let's keep going. Rupert, I would like to know if you have ever experienced deja vu, and what do you think causes it? Well, yeah, everyone has. I think most people do. It's what it is because your memory is in, I think, your temporal lobe, and there's a little glitch for whatever reason. It's usually sort of stress or tiredness, where you might walk into a room or a place, and your temporal lobe feeds you it like it was a long-term memory. Like in that split second, you take everything in, then it comes back to you. Instead of being a short-term memory, it comes back to you as a long-term memory. So you think, oh my God, I've been here before. Because the part of your brain that usually tells you about long-term memory is telling you that like a split second. And you enhance it as well. You go, no, I really have. I remember that door. Well, of course you do. You remember it from a tenth of a second ago. Your brain said that was a long time ago. So it's really confusing. And teenagers doing exams suffer for it more because things are screwed up in your brain. So that's what causes it. Don't worry about it. You haven't been there before, Rupert. Annabelle, which surprisingly underrated movie would you consider a must-watch? I never know what's underrated and what's not because I've discovered it. I don't know if it was big or small, or I don't care about reviews and stuff, so I don't. Here's a little gem that you might not have heard of. It might have been huge for now. I don't think it was. It was a film about poker, amongst other things. Matt Damon, and it's called Rounders. I loved it. I've watched it a couple of times. It's a little gem. Now, the comments have stopped. Have I stopped broadcasting? Have I stopped broadcasting? I don't think so. The hearts are going. Or did someone just not ask a question for 1 second? Oh, they're back. Good. Rounders. There you go. Check it out. Claire, if you wake up tomorrow, if you could wake up tomorrow with a newfound skill and be able to do it perfectly without ever having to spend time learning how to do it, what would you choose? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I might put that in my generic questions for when I do Talking Bollocks Live. So it's got to be something that I could have done if I'd have put in 10,000 hours. It can't just be leap tall buildings. It's got to be something I could have done if I'd have practiced and got good at it. The first thing that springs to mind is learning a language. I wish I could speak different languages, but I've never put in the effort to do it. So that would be a good skill. That would be good. And instruments. Same with instruments. Like learn one or more languages, learn one or more instruments. Be great to play piano. Just amazing. If I've got to choose one, it'd probably be amazing at piano without all the really, really hard work. I could have chosen sport, but that would be, but just my age and weight would restrict me. So it'd be no good being amazing at football suddenly, but I'm out of breath. I've got all the skills, but I can't. So piano, be able to play anything on piano. That is something I'm really jealous of. I could just sit down and just bang out a tune. All right, Kermit. If you had Kermit's getting all clever as well. Look, if you had the ability to take a pill that would freeze your current state of health, well, that's not very good, and allow you to live for an extra 100 years exactly as you are, would you take it or would you continue on your current mortal path? Another good question there. I might use that as well. Right. Obviously, as exciting as that is to live 100 years and see what's happening, even in this state of health, I think I think my better judgment, the fact that I've thought about this a lot, would have to say don't choose it. Because however amazing the world is and what you've experienced, you've lost you've lost all your roots, all your loved ones, haven't you? So think how fucking sad I'll be in 100 years' time. What is the world going to be like then? And I was born 159 years ago. I'm bound to say the wrong thing. Right. John Wayne got in trouble 40 years after his death for not being woke enough. I'll be alive. I'll be cancelled. When I when I'm like 120, I'll be cancelled for saying the wrong thing. Oh dear. Good question that. So I say no. Just roll on death. Whatever. If I freeze it, right, and my toothache kicks in, my bunion kicks in, sometimes does like, and I'm in terrible pain, and they freeze that moment. So for the next 100 years, I'm going, ah, ah. It'll be fucking horrible. Joey, I often do pre-toilet zoomies. That's a cat whizzing round. It's a cat, by the way. Joey. That's some strange old woman. I often do pre-toilet zoomies. I also get stroppy when hungry. Would you rather throw a tantrum every time you're hungry? Well, I sort of do. Or do mad zoomies for 10 minutes before every wee? No, I couldn't be doing zoomies when I need a wee. I've got to have a wee straight away. I've got wee anxiety. Wangxiety. So I've got to have a wee as soon as I think about it. I've got to have a wee. So it's not that one. And again, I get a bit grumpy if I'm in a restaurant and I've ordered something and it's a long time and I'm getting hangry. I'm going, oh God. And I can't complain anymore now because I'm famous. They tell the papers or something, or someone on YouTube put it on YouTube. So I've just got to take it and feel all. Oh, I get that fucking. Bring me my fucking soup, you cunt. Oh dear. Oh. I hope it gives me another warning before it just runs out. Oh, I thought I charged it. Fucking hell. Bella, during a game of tennis, you discover you have the ability to transform into a dog whenever your heart rate goes above 120. I don't think he's got the rules. Bella's a dog as well, but she's got the rules worked out. Like the DeLorean's got to go, what is it, 84 miles an hour or something. So I've got as soon as my heart rate goes over 120, I turn into a dog, right? Now you know you have this skill. Do you bother with the transformation, or would it be too much effort? Well, I assume it just happens, does it? Like I'm running like that, and I run back to go, and I go. That's what I'm assuming. Not that I have to go through terrible fucking agony for 25 minutes, turning into a dog. I assume it's like the Hulk. It's just sort of like quick. Then I'm a dog. So I'd love it. Like I wouldn't love that. Again, just to frighten tourists. Just I'll be jogging towards a tourist, like that, and I go, excuse me, like that. They go, what the fucking hell? I love that. Oh. A real dog, not like one like Rupert, not like a little fat, short-legged fucking bag of offal, like a proper dog. I hope. Yeah. Um, Ollie comic strip. When someone or something really scares you, what is your dominant response? Fight, flight, or freeze? What does this say about this person you are? It depends. It depends, doesn't it? If it's like something I don't know what it is, I probably freeze to assess the situation. If it's like fucking terrorists come in just shooting things or a bomb goes off, I'd probably run. If it's a person that frightens me, I'd have thought fight. If someone jumps out at me like that, you'd probably punch me in the face, wouldn't you? It depends what it is, what sort of threat it is. Like get away, there's nothing you can do, or it's too big to fight. Freeze if you don't know what it is, because you might run into it or make it worse. So, uh, probably freeze, because if you're frightened, it's probably you can't assess the situation, can you? If it's a spider, it's flight, quite literally. If I see a spider, I can fucking levitate. I can end up on the fucking wall with the spider. Oh dear. Julia, what was the best Christmas present you ever received as a kid and also as an adult? Uh, I do agree with you that the best things in life are free. A couple of things spring to mind. I don't know if they were Christmas presents or birthday presents or just I begged for them. Um, uh, I think I talked about a couple of them on Christian O'Connell's podcast. The guitar, tennis racket, microscope. Those were more influential things. Those are things that really sort of changed your life. But a funny little quirky one I remember getting, I couldn't believe. One was a tape recorder, like a little, portable sort of tape recorder, and all it came with it was I think the Jackson 5's greatest hits. But then I got blank tapes and I started doing little sketches. Also, I recorded me screaming, going, "Help me! I'm locked in here. I'm going out of breath." And I put that in the wardrobe and locked the wardrobe. And my nephew, when he was about 6, he thought I was locked in the wardrobe because the tape was playing. Oh dear. Battling tops. I remember. Couldn't believe my luck with battling tops. This means nothing to anyone under 55. It was a game. And I remember the advert made it look like it was like this amazing arena. It was probably about that big, right? And you pull the thing and spin the top. And it was like, battling tops. It's in the wrist action. Yeah, I think, yeah. Battling tops. If you're a kid, you're talking about being a kid. Yeah. Good question. Well, I've got through these really quickly because I'm worried about the thing running out. So this might be a short one. Who's this? Oh, is this Joey? As we know, you have won countless awards. Or is this Freya? Oh, I can't. Oh, I didn't label it. I just cut and paste it. This is someone's question. Oh, I see so many questions and I sort of drag them in and what a shambles. Yeah, okay. I don't know whose question this is. It's a good one though. Here's my question. As we know, you have won countless awards. What is your favourite or most meaningful award you have received? Oh, that's difficult. Well, obviously, the biggest, the ones that are most world renowned and hardest to win, so rarest, you'd have to say, it warned me again. Right, we've got a couple of minutes. Fucking shambles. What a fucking shambles. As if it isn't shit enough. I forgot to charge my fucking phone. Oh. So, it's out of Emmys and Globes, isn't it, really? The Emmys and the Golden Globes. And the BAFTAs, big, but they're not so international. So, Emmys and Globes. And they're rarer, particularly for a British comedian to be nominated for Globes and Emmys. So I'm very, very proud of that. And I've won for sort of writing and directing and acting. But I'm probably proudest of the acting awards, because if you get nominated for an acting award, best performance in something, that usually means that the writing and directing is good as well. So I think I'll that's, so it's a nice bit of a, and because I think all the things I've been up for performance I've written and directed as well. So I think that would be the best one to plump for. So what have I won? I've won a Golden Globe for Brent and Andy Millman extras, and I've won an Emmy. I haven't won an Emmy for David Brent, but I've won it for Andy Millman. So it's out of those two, I suppose. Although, also Derek, I've been nominated for Emmys and Golden Globes for Derek, but I didn't win. But I did win a New York Film Festival award for short movie for the Derek pilot, which I was absolutely blown away by. And okay, another one. That one is the Rose Door, and that one's last year, and that was for Afterlife. But it was performance in Afterlife, and it was across drama and comedy from everything around the world. So I think that one. I think the Rose Door for best performance of the year in drama and comedy. So yeah, that one. Does that answer your question? But I'm proud of all of them, and I'm proud of the nominations, even if I didn't win. It's amazing to still be thought of after 20 years, still getting these things. So yeah, and you've got to take it with a pinch of salt, but it means someone's thinking of you. But obviously, the people who watch it are the ones that count, and a lot of the awards are voted for by the public. So it's a double whammy. It's an award, and it was voted by the people that watched it and loved it. So thank you. Always thank you to you, really, isn't it? Always. Because without people watching it, I wouldn't be making shows, because the industry, they're not a charity. If they think no one's going to fucking watch it, it doesn't matter how good it is, you don't get it made. So you get things made because they think, oh, people watch your stuff. So cheers to all the cats and dogs who watch Derek and Afterlife and David Brent and all that. Well, I'm going to go now. I know it's like a few minutes early, but I'm very nervous about this running out of juice. I've been a fucking idiot again. Sorry I couldn't answer Gunner's question. Didn't understand it. I think I haven't answered everyone's questions. There's loads I've missed. Sorry about that. But don't take it personally. Be nice to animals. I've no news, but there were some good questions today, weren't there? Yeah, cheers. What day is it? Wednesday. See you Sunday. Yeah? Be nice to animals. Tatty bye, everyone. Tatty bye. Fucking thing. Now it doesn't fucking turn off. Fucking bollocks.